Quick update on a project I'm working on for the past few weeks. I got annoyed with Spotify for just not handling crowd submitted lyrics very well. I tried to submit my own lyrics on Spotify, and it's been 2 years, and they still haven't updated it on their end. It works on Music Match, not Spotify. Anyway, they also don't handle like more complicated cases, like this artist Black Star is, as it says in this album title, collab between two other artists. Now, if I search one of those two artists, it happens to work, but only because it just happens to have the two artist names in the album title. But but if it didn't have that, they're not like in their database saying, "Oh, Black Star means Most Def, so when he searches Most Def, I also want to search Black Star." And they're not doing that. Um, that's what I want. So, and also when you do when you do a search, if you try to search for lyrics, if it feels like it, if it thinks that you probably meant to search for lyrics, it'll do a lyric search. But there's no separate menu where you can say, I want to search through all of the lyrics on your site. Uh, you have to use the normal search bar, and if it feels like it'll work. So in my database, I haven't done the lyrics thing yet. I've been mostly working on artists and getting genres to automatically apply and all that sort of stuff. Um, and there's some like font problems, like other characters in other languages won't work right because I haven't set up the fonts in my program, but I had to get them to parse the non-English characters and store them in the database correctly. I just don't have them rendering right uh, in here. So this is the parent table, which is what I'm using to have artists imply other artists. So if I just search Black Star here, it'll give me these 5 songs, which are the same ones that you see in Spotify here. Now, if I instead search for just Most Def, that'll give me both his solo and Black Star stuff, even though, and that's not searching for the album, uh, because that's a separate, totally separate tag. So I would have to search Most Def and Fleet Fleet or Black Star for it to show up by the album title. But it's just using the fact that it's the artist is labeled Black Star. Like like the artist field in Spotify, it just says Black Star, right? So I can also do stuff like I want Most Def, but I only want his solo work. I don't want the work that he did with Black Star, right? And that would give me just the so his solo stuff, or I guess things that he were collabs but not under the name Black Star, right? So I can also do stuff with genres. I think I might have showed this already, but oh yeah, and when you try to search for a tag again, it removes it from the list. That's how I'm doing it, which is maybe a little silly, but whatever. Um, so like if I search for a genre, it'll look at this table and it'll say, oh, that also includes Beastie Boys, Tribe Called Quest, most of Flea, and it'll include all of those in the list. So if I also add like Wu-Tang Clan and I mark that as rap, and then I refresh my search, more things appear on the bottom. So like right here. My throat's a little dry. So this happens on import. This actually isn't something that you have to add after the database has already been set up. So if I just completely wipe the database real quick and then remake it and then just open the menu again, right? This is totally empty and there's nothing in the tag parent table. So if I say sleepily, let me just set up a couple like, wait, oh no. Okay. I just finished writing the autocomplete and it's pretty buggy. So let's pretend that crash didn't happen. So if I tell it to Glee and Most Def are both rap, and I don't know, no, wait, that one's not in the list. One below. Just gonna add some basic stuff here. This is electronic, and let's say Jurassic 5 and Beastie Boys, and then I'll be done here. So I'm just gonna add a bunch of like pre artists that I already know are gonna be in my MP3s, and I'm going ahead and marking their genres. Now I don't have to hit save because SQLite saves it for me. I can just close it and be done. So now I can import just the MP3s that I have in this folder, which are just these. How many is that? 13 files instead of I had 1300 before when I was searching earlier. That was 1300. So it's got this. This is my way of doing progress because it can get really slow and all of these are kind of tied up together. All those things happen at once. But the SQLite part was fast. It's only my code that was slower. Um, See here, I get my 13 songs. And I just search rap, and it gives me. It automatically finds Jurassic 5 and One Below and Beastie Boys songs. All I did was give it an MP3 that has the artist name on it, and that's it. And it automatically figures out, oh, that artist is this genre, and it figures it out. And I don't have any Black Star songs in here. Oh, I do, but I forgot to say Black Star equals Most Def. So now if I say that, now the Black Star song will appear in here. I knew I was forgetting something. And so the equally is, whoops, that's the wrong. It's the equally, and this should be Black Star, right? Okay, there we go. And the searching is pretty fast. This is like half a millisecond on the 1300. On the one with 1300 songs, the slowest I could get it was about 5.7 milliseconds. So it's not really a big deal. Oh, I was reading the wrong number. It's 0.39. Yeah. The highest I could get the search number to go on the 1300 songs database was like 5 milliseconds. So yeah. Um, like I said, I haven't done the lyric search stuff yet, and Japanese characters render as the question marks, even though I'm putting them in data as correctly. I just haven't got the font working in my program. So that's about it for now. Um, it just does. Whoops. Yeah, and this other genre tag that I already put in works fine. Um, yeah, so that's about it. That's the progress I've got. Maybe later I'll post a video once I get the lyric search working and I, fix some of the crashes and stuff and fix this autocomplete stuff not going away. Anyway, that's about it. Bye.